fictional character is a perfect example of healthy masculinity.
Okay, so I'm an English major, which means I've read a lot of things, and I've read a lot of heroic epithets before they got adapted. So when I think of healthy masculinity, I think of Beowulf. Not a Beowulf you might have seen on screen. In fact, the only on-screen interpretation of Beowulf that's even remotely accurate is probably Wishbone. Yeah, Wishbone, the dog who told us about books. None of the movie versions really get it. And the reason is because the character of Beowulf himself was not really haughty or I am the biggest and the bestest. Everyone else was calling him the biggest and the bestest, but never him. He was too busy doing shit like saving villages and fighting monsters and basically losing first place in races because he was doing things like, oh no, there's a giant multi-headed monster in the water. I gotta go deal with that. Be back later. The original Beowulf was masculine without being toxic because he was heroic, he was noble, he was kind, he was compassionate, he helped people for no reason but to help people. He was lawful good. And people forget that. Because of all of the movieized versions of these amped up, super, I'm the best. No, reject. There's a monster. I have the ability to fight it. I need to go fight it to help these people. Basically, the earliest interpretation I can think of, there may be earlier. There's probably earlier in mythos. But, yeah. Basically, a very early interpretation of with great power comes great responsibility.